What is good, guys? Welcome to my latest video here on SP Vids, and today I'm going to be doing another vloggy style video and talking about the MPC3 update which is coming to MPC. I have actually got another channel for my MPC stuff. It's called MPC Vids. You can check that out in the description below. I'll try and remember to put a link to it. If I forget, just search MPC Vids with a Z on YouTube and I'm sure you'll find it. So I've already done a video about this on that channel, but I thought I would do my own video here as well because quite a few of you have been asking in the comments what you think that I think about it, so I definitely want to share my thoughts to you guys as well. And before I get into this one, guys, I am sat on a chair that was sent to me by a brand called Flexispot. I'm going to be talking more about this in a little while, but all I'll say is this chair is absolutely amazing and it's been a real game changer for me over the past couple of weeks since owning it, so be sure to stick around to find out more about that. So for those of you that don't know, basically Akai are releasing a brand new piece of software for their more modern machines called MPC3. It's a massive update and it's taken the beat making community by storm at the moment. This was announced a little while ago. I'm a bit late to the party on this channel, but I'm not primarily an MPC user on this specific channel, so that's why there's been a bit of a delay, I guess. So they're doing a complete overhaul of the look and feel of the software, and they're doing a complete overhaul over the way it all works as well, and the workflow is changing. From what I can see, not dramatically, but there's definitely big things that are happening. It's not a complete overhaul, but they're sending things in a different direction, which is going to be pretty interesting to try as someone that's worked with legacy MPCs and the Live 2 for quite a number of years. So I do want to point out before I get any further into this video that I'm exactly the same as you guys. I don't have access to this software at the moment, so I'm not going to be actually using the software in this. It's just my opinions on the release and the things that I've seen on the official website and the official YouTube channel and from the other YouTubers that have already been given access to it. So the first thing that I really wanted to talk about was this sort of beta release idea. So they're releasing the software as a beta, and we're going to be doing all the testing for them, I imagine, which seems a little bit weird to me. And then Akai said they're going to be officially releasing the software at the start of next year, sometime at the start of next year. I don't really know how I feel about that. I think it's a double-edged sword. I think it is good to get software and give user feedback and get things right, but at the same time, couldn't they have done that before they released it? Couldn't they have asked the community before, then release the software, and then we still could have given them feedback and they could have released iterations anyway? So I'm not really sure what the idea behind this whole beta release thing is. We kind of see the same thing with the SP404 Mark II as well, I guess. They kind of release software, we give them feedback and they make changes. So maybe they're just being a bit more transparent about it. I don't know. I'm just not really sure how that sits with me. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think it's a good idea, this whole beta release thing? So I've signed up for that. You can basically sign up on their website, and whenever they're ready, I guess they're going to send it out to everyone that's signed up to the beta program, and we're going to be able to download and use it. So yeah, I mean, is it going to be a good experience to get a piece of software that isn't finished? Coming from someone that makes software for a living, and I have done in the past, yeah, I really don't know how I feel about that. It seems like quite a weird idea, but that's the way that things are going down, so I guess we just have to get on with it. At least it gives us early access to it. Maybe that's why they've done it, to kind of make people less impatient by enabling them to try it first before the full release comes out. I don't know why Akai have gone about it this way, and yeah, I've kind of got mixed feelings about what I think about the whole idea of it. But yeah, that's just kind of my opinion of the release side of things. So before we go any further, guys, this is the C7 Premium from Flexispot. This chair is super comfortable, it's really breathable, and those two things are because of this kind of flexible fabric that they've got here. You can see this, how it's like really flexible and really breathable. Obviously, you can kind of see through it even from this camera. Firstly, that's been absolutely amazing over the past couple of weeks because in the UK, it's been insanely hot here. The other thing is as well, is that it's incredibly adjustable. Now, it's a fully ergonomic chair. That's how they label it. Everything on this thing is adjustable. You can adjust the arms. I'll show you quickly. They go up and down with this trigger like that. They can go backwards and forwards. The lumbar support, that took a little while for me to get used to at first, but once I adjusted it to the right angle, which you can do using the bolt at the back, it started to feel incredibly comfortable, especially over long periods of time. This backrest is adjustable as well. You can either have it so that it kind of leans back when you lean on it, or you can have it stiff. I've got it stiff like this, and I quite like that. It gives you a nice level of support. The headrest as well, that's adjustable. You can move it up like this, you can move it down. You can change the angle of the headrest as well. Basically, it's just super customizable, it's super comfy, and yeah, it's a really high quality chair, and I've noticed especially that I can sit in this for long periods of time and really not feel any kind of discomfort. It just does the job, it's very comfortable. I've been using it for beat making, I've been using it for editing my videos, I've been using it for making my videos, watching films on my computer here, I've been using it for gaming, anything you can think of. This chair's been absolutely spot on for it. So yeah, thank you very much to Flexispot for sending this out. They've got an anniversary sale happening this month. I'll flash up the information on the screen here, but go to the links in the description and check out their stuff. It's really, really high quality. And personally, I rate this chair very, very highly indeed. Okay, so here we are over at the Live 2, and there's something I need to explain about this device before I get into what I like and don't like about the new software release. And that is that this device is particularly software orientated, I think, in my humble opinion. As someone that's tried a lot of different samplers over the years, you spend a lot of time at the screen doing things in this part of the device, using these buttons a lot. You don't spend that much time over here. I know that sounds really strange, but I'd say it's kind of, for me, it's like an 80 to 90% split. It really is that high. You'll be in here editing samples, choosing samples, putting samples into groups, into programs, into tracks. You'll be doing all of that over here, and then you spend your time obviously laying down the tracks with these pads, but I find it incredibly software orientated. It's not necessarily that bad of a thing in a way, but it's just very different to things like the SP404 Mark II, where a lot of that is kind of centered around being on the pads and quickly getting ideas down. I'd say this is a much slower device for that, but it's more comprehensive. You can do a lot more with it and have a lot more control with the screen. So that's just important to note, because that's going to explain why I like and dislike certain things about the new software release. So MPC3, what I like about it is it looks like the interface is going to be really nice. It's nice and clean. There's a good color palette to it. And I think this has become a bit dated over the past couple of years, this interface. So I think it's definitely a good thing that that's getting updated. Another thing which looks really good is that they're moving a lot of things that are hidden in submenus onto the home screen. Now, hopefully this isn't going to be too cluttered, but they're moving things like effects, sends, access to trimming your samples. They're moving all that kind of stuff onto the homepage, and usually on this software you'll be digging into menus to do all those operations. So I'm really happy to hear that, and I think that's going to be a big plus for me because of that problem that I explained of being stuck here a lot. It's going to be nicer to be on the pads more and be able to have more access to things on the home screen here. The bad side of it is this new linear arrangement view that they're introducing, where basically it's going to be very similar to a DAW. You're going to see your whole beat in a linear layout with all your tracks listed, and you can go into the intro, or you can go into different bits and edit them and change them. From a songwriter's point of view, I think it will be powerful, but for beat making, I've always really liked sequences tracks and drum programs. That's kind of the way that MPC has always been for me. Now, there's a reason why that workflow has lasted all the way up until now. From really old MPC legacy devices, you know, they were all using this kind of sequences, tracks and drum programs style, and it just kind of works, and I really like it. I think it's fast, it's intuitive. So the fact that they're completely changing that is like quite a big concern for me. I think it's going to be very much like having a portable DAW with a MIDI controller attached to it, which it does kind of feel a little bit like already. And then also it kind of takes away the essence of what an MPC is, and I think it's going to feel very interesting to see how that is on a piece of hardware, because the reason we pick up hardware is not to be at a computer. That's the reason why hardware is so big at the moment, I think, is because people like to get away from their computers and be able to make full beats in little machines like this. You know, like the Lo-Fi 12 XT. I can make a beat in that. How crazy is that? Look at the size of it compared to the MPC, and it basically makes the same thing at the end of the day. So yeah, a bit worried that that new workflow is going to take away the spirit of MPC, the kind of legacy of MPC, and I don't know whether that's going to be for good or for bad. So I have to reserve my judgment on that side of things until I've actually got to try it. But I think overall it does look like it's going to be mostly positive, especially for me, because of those things that I explained a little bit earlier. And I'm definitely looking forward to the interface getting updated as well, because I do think that is overdue. So that is pretty much all I can share on the MPC3 update at the moment, because I don't actually have access to it just like you guys. I'm patiently waiting for the email to say that I can go ahead and put it on my machine, but until then it's pretty much just speculation. And yeah, once it lands, hopefully the overall feeling is positivity and it helps us to make better beats. Quick shout out again to Flexispot for providing me with this chair. Go and check out their links in the description and check out their sale. I really rate this and I definitely think you'd enjoy it as well. Big shout out to my members for their monthly support. As usual guys, keep making beats and I'll be back with more content very, very soon.